Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 original SNES cart review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Super Star Wars. This is A New Hope. It isn't actually called A New Hope, but it is the first Star Wars game. You've got options where you can choose difficulty and controls and stuff like that, and then you've got the main game. Unfortunately there aren't any level select chapter type things or any passcodes or anything like that, so even though the second one and the third one, Empire and Jedi, actually have them, it doesn't have it in this one, which is a bit of a shame because it means that you can't just bung in a password to immediately go on to your favourite level. There's 14 levels overall, and you do actually finish flying the X-Wing down the Death Star trench run, which is pretty damn cool. The whole point of the game is you've got walking missions and flying missions. The walking missions basically, when you walk and that, as soon as you push the fire button you stop walking and then you can aim in all the directions, so you can't actually run with the fire button held down, which is a bit of a shame. So it's kind of like Metroid, but at the same time Metroid actually allows you to run and fire. You've got normal jump and the likes, you've got slide attack, stuff like that. There's every now and then, as you'll just see there, the hearts appear and the likes. They're basically secret areas that you can get all over the place. Sometimes you'll get blaster upgrades, sometimes you'll get health swords, and basically health swords are just lightsabers that actually extend your health bar in the top left corner there. You start as Luke though with a blaster, and you do get the lightsaber later on. Again, because there's no passwords, I really apologise, but I'm going to be unable to show you any of the lightsaber sections or anything like that, any of the sections with Han Solo or Chewbacca as well, but I can at least be able to show you one of the flying sections, because this level's pretty easy and there's a land speeder section right after this, so at least it won't be a total shambles of a review. As I say though, the standard gameplay, you go left to right, you shoot enemies and the likes, and then you get the end, and sometimes you'll fight a boss, not every time. This one here, you actually fight the Sarlacc, even though the Sarlacc I don't even think is mentioned, let alone saw or fought in A New Hope. And then if you don't fight a boss, then you just get a basically stage over ending screen type thing that gives you, tells you how well you've done points wise and the likes, because you can get extra lives via points, and that's pretty much the only reason why I can see the points being there, unless I suppose you want to compete with your friend and see, oh, I got so many on Tatooine, how many did you get? You can also get extra lives by, again, secret areas now, by shooting. Sometimes they'll appear, sometimes they won't, because obviously it depends on whether or not there's an area there, and you'll just find them generally. Basically you want to be looking for pictures of the characters, so obviously here I'd be looking for pictures of Luke, which is what's in the top left corner there. When you fight a boss, you do actually get, as you can see there, the name of the boss and his energy and the like, so you can actually tell how far away you are from beating him, which is pretty useful because it's really irritating on games like this where you get bosses without energy meters, and you just, the amount of times you're fighting them and you think, well, how close am I, how close am I, how close was I when I've just died there and the likes. You also get a timer, which, as you can see there, I'm getting time bonus and the likes, and the timer doesn't actually do anything other than give you points. If you run out of time, you can still complete the level, so I honestly don't know why they decided to put it on. But anyway, this is one of the flying sections, and as far as I'm aware, the land speed, it doesn't have jets that allow them to fly up and the likes, and it doesn't have guns, but whatever, that had to bulk the game out a little bit. Top right corner, you've now got another lightsaber type thing. It's like the end of a lightsaber, but it hasn't got the handle, the hilt. And that's basically your jet engines and the likes, because when you're not using your jets, you can't turn, you can only strafe and the likes. So in order to actually fire forwards by holding, moving forwards and firing or turning, you have to hold the jets down, because as soon as you hold up, then you shoot into the deck like that. You can get more fuel though, you just have to shoot I think it's the moisture evaporators. Unfortunately, while I'm a huge Star Wars fan, I can never remember the name of certain of the techs, but anyway, it's those, and then you get fuel out of them, and I believe they are the moisture evaporators. The whole point of this level though is, and a lot of flying levels, you'll get a limit of how many, well, not a limit, you'll get a target of how many enemies you have to kill, and then you might have to do something else. So this one here, as you can see in the distance, is the Sandcrawler, and after I kill all these Jawas, I've got to fly towards the Sandcrawler, which again is not something from the movie at all, because as far as I remember, when R2 goes missing, he just flies straight into, he goes and flies about, he meets up with Ben and the sand people and the likes, but he doesn't fight Jawas and he doesn't fly to the Sandcrawler, because it's not the Sandcrawler who's actually got him. But anyway, it then leads you into a Sandcrawler mission where you have to, at the end of that, fight a lava monster. Again, not from the movie, but they had to bulk the game up a bit, I suppose. If you like games with like shooting sections and flying sections, then this is a very good game. However, if you don't like it, then I don't think you're going to be a fan of it. Gonna shut up now though and let you listen to a bit of the music. There we go, then that was a bit of the music. As you can tell, it was actually Star Wars music, so it sounds pretty damn good because the Star Wars music does. At least I think so anyway. Just back onto the character, just to tell you a few more things about it. When you get the lightsaber, you can actually do a double jump, and it lets you do basically kind of like an ultimate attack, because all the time you double jump and you're swinging your lightsaber, so while you can still get hit, you can usually hurt enemies and bosses really well that way. Blaster power-ups, you did see us get one earlier on, but I'll just explain them a bit more, because here's one here to be fair. You start off with a standard blaster, then you get one and you go into the flame shot here, then another one takes you into a homing missile, then another one into a rapid ball of ion, which basically it fires out 4 blue balls, or it might be 3 blue balls to be fair, and it fires out really quick, and it can also reflect off things. The first blaster can reflect off certain objects, but the blue one reflects off almost everything to be fair. And then you get a plasma shot as well, or is it a pulse shot? It might be the pulse, I think it's plasma though. And that's basically, well, it fires kind of like a C, and it fires a C outwards, and it's purple and yellow and the likes, and it's just really powerful. Mentioning about the health swords, so as I say, they can just lengthen your energy bar, because you can get ones that go quite far along the screen, like past the skull bar and the likes, if you find it over health bars, because sometimes they come out of enemies as well. It's pretty random. So it is definitely something, if you're stuck on a level because you know you can't fight the boss, then seeing as you haven't got a time limit, if a few enemies have been giving you health bars, it might be worth just running back and forwards and trying to collect some more health bars to help you out. Because extra health really does help on this game, because there are bosses that can just, absolutely slaughter you, take so much of your energy off you. And it's even worse when you're fighting that lava monster I mentioned about earlier on, where you can actually knock you into the lava and kill you straight out. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least found it helpful. You might have noticed I didn't score the game. Well, that's because it's a matter of personal opinion, and yours may very well differ from my own. I'm just here to show you a bit about the game. If you like it or not, well, that's up to you. If you don't like it, or you do like it, feel free to comment. Also, if I haven't answered any of your questions that you may have had, I might have forgot something, or it might just be something obscure. Again, feel free to comment, ask, always willing to help out. Otherwise, if you don't like commenting on YouTube, head over to www.vc-forums.com, where you can chat with me and a bunch of other lads who love the VC, the WiiWare, and hell, even a lot of other systems. We cater to pretty much everything. You can just go there, have a chat about a game, ask about some games, etc. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.